Alrighty. I believe we're on. I need to double check a few other areas, but hey, welcome to the stream, to the first one of 2024 with myself, Keith, and Anderson.
Did we confirm
Hello.
everybody's audio is going to the user end this time?
God, I hope so.
Yeah, me too. What did we just talk into the void for like the first 15 minutes last time?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep, there we go. I think we're good.
Check, check.
Did.
Yeah, so there's going to be a little bit of a...
Me too.
Yep, there we go.
Okay.
Cool,
All right.
we are officially live on there. So, hey guys, how's it going?
Ooh.
Hey-o! Going pretty well.
Yeah, before we start getting in the description of anything, if anyone's jumping on, wants to talk, I'm in the chat as well. So I'll be able to communicate it to these two guys as they sketch some Mechagodzilla.
Yes.
Sweet.
Mechagodzilla.
Micha. Sorry.
Micha.
I don't know if that's true or not, but I don't know enough about Godzilla to disagree, so.
He's from Michigan.
I think so. I don't think that's accurate.
I was about to forget why. Keith, why did you ask me like to add Mechagodzilla?
Because you said you were going to put the poll up about what you were going to draw today.
Right. Yes.
And I understood
Yeah.
it as what you were drawing today, not the poll today.
The day of, not for later in the week.
Yeah.
Not the.
Yeah, I was not recommending that we draw Mechagodzilla.
And lo and behold, that's the one that got chosen.
Because I'm not the most comfortable with symmetrical mechanical things.
Techno stiff.
But
You just got to make him battle injured.
No,
You
I
could
feel
always
okay
just-
about it.
You could always just sketch regular Godzilla and then just have him have like goggles on.
Beep
Ooh,
boop.
make him steampunk.
Mechify him.
Steampunk
I
Godzilla.
ended-
I like that.
Oh.
It ended up. I think it'll be okay.
I mean, you guys are professionals, right?
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
I present myself as such.
we'll try.
Sorry, I'm just dying over here. Don't worry.
But yeah, I ended up doing it because I remembered the stream so late. I was like, okay, don't have time to be putzing around with a pencil, so I just jumped onto the computer real quick. So I'm just doing blue line printouts today.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure everyone will bear with us as we get back in the habit of this. It's been a.
I think they'll.
Did you guys have a good holiday though?
Yeah. Well, I got
Oh,
me and my
no.
family got all sick,
Yucky.
which was.
Oh yeah, that's why we had to push it back a week.
Yeah, that's why we didn't do it the first week like we
Yeah.
would normally do. That was a man. I was down for the count. We were. And there's something about like when it goes through the family like that, where you're just kind of like the dread of. It'll hit me eventually. But it hit me second, so it wasn't.
Yeah. You have
Hey,
like.
shush.
you
Sorry,
have,
no,
like-
my wife was talking to me.
Ooh, a guest?
I thought you were shushing all of us. I thought
I'm just shushing y'all.
You guys have like 15 kids in your house though, right? So.
Well, normally if we went to Christmas with the family, yes. But I mean, I just have two kids right now.
Right.
So
yeah.
still crazy packed.
Yeah.
Bananas.
I don't know the feeling, and it's nice having a little bit of freedom. That means I can spend most of my
Oh
time.
yes, enjoy that.
Yeah, I try. Especially with just playing certain video games I know I would have no time to play.
Yeah, like what? What are you playing these days?
Ooh, I've been playing Baldur's Gate. It's been
Okay.
that's the only game I've really been playing. Like I played Spider-Man 2 and I beat it within like a week, and then immediately went
Brag.
back to Baldur's Gate.
Okay.
It's just the story of it, the characters. I love every second of it. It's just I'm in my second playthrough, and there's always something new I'm finding.
That's a real I don't have kids statement.
Yep.
I'm in my.
I'm on my
playthrough of
second
Baldur's Gate
playthrough.
3.
And it's not a short game.
Yeah.
So.
That's one that I was like, I like that exists, but I'm not gonna get around to that anytime soon.
So it came out in August, I think,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, well, I got too many things to do in August and in September, so I'm gonna wait till October to buy it. And because of that, like, thank God I waited, because I immediately put in about 100 hours since like mid-October. And that's with a full-time job, doing the comic book stuff, and everything else. Oh, and planning a wedding. So that's not...
Ooh.
Whose wedding?
Mine, you know.
Oh,
I
what?
I think Corinna's doing most of it.
Emily.
Yeah. So, finally getting married. Took her long enough to ask me.
I know, right?
Oh, where'd she do
Come
it?
on.
I actually did it.
Oh,
It was a
so
really
you're a
sweet story.
liar.
Yeah, see.
It was fun.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead with the story.
Yes,
Oh,
if you want.
I mean, I'll do a quick abridged version. I basically got an actual record made with my voice on it, not like singing,
Oh.
but like writing, telling her how I feel about how much time we spend together, and surprised her with it. And I had it all recorded, but she was just crying, and thank God I have it on camera, because she, like, the next day she's like, it was all a blur. I don't remember any of it. So it was
Yeah,
sweet.
that's how that goes.
Was she expecting it, or was this an actual surprise?
She
I mean,
assumed...
in that you guys were already like, it wasn't a thing where you thought she might say no.
Kind of. There was still like that part of me that thought she was gonna say no, but
It's kind of adorable.
Like imposter syndrome part of you, or a real part?
yeah, like we've
Down
been
in the-
together. We were
deep
together
down.
for like 7 years. So
That's
it's
just
like-
a number.
it's basically common law.
Yeah,
So
that checks out.
it was a good time. And I said, ta-da! And everyone kept asking, okay, so when's the date? I'm like, look, can you at least give me a few months?
Can I enjoy this? Can I? Yep.
This was a lot of work. Yeah, it's a good time. Keith, are you married?
Yeah.
Cool. I didn't know if you...
Almost 10 years now.
Yeah. How was your story?
Whoa.
What was your story
Yeah.
like?
Harry Potter world.
That's,
Outside there was some bangs.
I like that.
Back
That's
alley.
just it. I kind of want that to just be it. There's no other Harry Potter world. That's it. That's all you get.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, it was
Magical?
not what I planned. Well, it's not what I planned. It was the thing where I just had the ring
Nice.
in my pocket, and I'd been holding it for a while, and I was just waiting for an alone moment, really.
How long did you have the
And,
ring for?
I mean, months. I don't really remember how long.
Yeah. I had mine for like 3 months, and I was trying to figure out the right way to do it.
Yeah,
What
we
about
were on
you, Anderson?
vacation, so it was hard to find an alone moment.
I had mine for I think
Alone moment
3
with family,
days.
that's what I mean.
You had your ring for 3 days?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Aw.
I was a man on a mission, very much. No, Laura and her twin had decided years ago that the best way to propose to Laura, the proper way, would be at
I'm in there.
intermission of Beauty and the Beast, a live production of Beauty and the Beast. So I had found this like high school production of Beauty and the Beast
Yeah.
that was performing. Like, just so happened that the odds are kind of crazy that even that happened. Yeah, Laura says it's Providence, of course. Then so I didn't
Laura
actually
enjoy
propose to her.
The proposal?
We enjoyed Like going to the show?
Or like, I assume you guys enjoyed the show, but did she like the proposal?
Yes, I didn't actually do it at intermission though. And that was the correct choice. I did it afterwards because she doesn't want to be the center of attention. She would hate that. She would actually hate that. And it gave me like a little bit of a, because she thought it was happening as soon as we rolled up to a Beauty and the Beast show. And then when I didn't I keep wanting to say halftime. When I didn't at the intermission, she was like, oh, I guess there was like a little part of her that was like, oh, I guess this just isn't happening tonight. Interesting. I'm still going to have fun. And then I pulled it out at the very end. So got her.
Got her.
I cried.
And then she cried.
That's
and she didn't say anything for a long time. I had to say please.
Yeah. I wasn't
pretty
expecting like no answer at first, so
I know, it's terrifying. You're like, please
I
just
don't
give
know
me
why
something.
you're crying. Just can you tell me why you're crying, please? I'm begging you. Yeah. But cool.
What'd you guys get for Christmas?
Yeah, I got wrestling action figures and a few comics and then a lot of sweaters, like I asked. You know, fun fact, I'm a bit of a wrestling fan. I don't know if you guys know that or not.
What?
I know.
Totally didn't know that.
Yeah. You guys want me to tell you everything that's happened in the past few months?
In wrestling?
Yeah.
Has a lot happened? Oh, in wrestling. Oh, I was about to say.
No, just in wrestling. That'll take up the whole stream.
My goodness.
I'm not gonna punish you guys. Don't worry. No, I'm not gonna punish you. That'd be way too much. But what about you guys?
Huh?
What did you?
I got some comics, of course. I got Step by Bloody Step. I read it in one setting last night. It's a wordless fantasy comic. It's just 4 issues, but I got the graphic novel. Oh, it's so pretty. It's so great. It's a little bit it's kind of like advanced comic book reading. Like I think my wife would really like the story, but I don't think she would be able to follow it very well. Yeah. Just in terms of like the panel by panel delivery. It's just a little bit it assumes that you know what to look for a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is kind of tough because it's like it's such a good story, but it isn't. I don't think it's one that I would.
It's hard to convince a newer reader to check it out.
Yeah.
It's cool.
But it's really. I mean, it's beautiful and it's a really, really sweet story. Nice. There was like this panel in the very beginning that just the fact that it was there, like I saw it, I was like, why is this object highlighted? Like there's no reason for this to be. This has to be important.
Yeah.
And then lo and behold, in the end, it was vital. And it's like, I'm so glad that they did that because it made me look at it and go, that must be important because why else are you highlighting it? And then when it was important, you were like, I'm so glad it was set up. So
nice.
That was pretty cool. It was just satisfying from a storytelling standpoint.
I would imagine. So it's like a Chekhov gun type of panel.
Yeah, it was.
That's cool. Yeah. What about you, Keith? Any cool art?
What?
Any cool art or comics for Christmas?
Oh, I didn't get anything for Christmas.
Wow.
I feel sad suddenly.
That sounds way sadder than I wanted it to. I guess.
Do you not like gifts, or was it just a bummer year for you?
No, but we just don't really do Christmas gifts in the family.
Okay.
I mean, I like it because there's a little bit of stress around receiving gifts.
Yeah.
I think people can relate to, where it's like, I feel bad because someone spent money on something I don't want.
Yeah.
and I don't want people to be spending money on me.
Well,
especially in that circumstance, or just because of a day of a year for like commercialism and all that.
Yeah. Well,
Now,
me and my
Go
partner
ahead.
this year decided just to send each other links. That way we didn't have to
Mhm.
worry about like, oh, that's a nice gift. Yeah.
the other issue is that I'm an adult, and if I want something, I just buy it.
Yeah.
And
My goodness.
And Susan's the same, so we don't really have anything to get for each other, like on a particular day. It's that whole thing about you be nice and you do stuff throughout the year.
Yeah, but I like the unwrapped presents. I like the child wonder of it.
Well, that
It makes me not think
That's,
about death and taxes. And everything else.
Yeah, I will say having kids does it that does paint
I would
Christmas
think-
in a particular light because it's
I
like
w- yeah, I would say-
it's very special to have that morning with little ones for sure.
yeah, and but yeah, I mean these days it is exclusively a if you're celebrating it for me anyway, it's just to go spend time with family day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's all it means for me.
Yeah.
But last year we spent it in New York, which was awesome, and the opposite of spending time with family. But was real nice. It was real cold.
I would imagine New York
Yeah.
in Christmas time.
Uh-huh.
Did you stay
And-
through New Year's to the
No.
ye old
Yeah.
ball dropping?
We were there literally from like the 23rd to the 27th or something like that.
Okay.
And yeah, just it ended up, I didn't realize how cold it was going to be. Because I'd lived there through one winter and it wasn't that bad by a long shot. But yeah, had a good time. Saw some shows. Walked around, ate a
Fun.
lot of bagels.
You guys go to a lot of theater shows.
I like theater.
It's fun.
I'd like to.
Have you been to any?
I've seen Cats, but that was on a cruise, and I was
Okay.
a little intoxicated.
That's really the only way to watch that. So
Yeah, I enjoyed it, but like
This
I
is
said, I
the
was
second time
intoxicated.
Cats has come up on this.
yeah, that's the problem.
Look, you asked me. That was the only show. A few high school performances,
Fun.
but yeah, that's. No, I haven't gone to many. I would like to go see a few, like Hades. I've heard good things about that.
Yeah, that one's spectacular.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what we saw while we were up there last time. And we won tickets to a one-man version of the Christmas Carol. So
Ooh,
Christmas
fun.
Carol, one-man show, which I was less interested in it before I found out it was a one-man show. Which you think like would be
Yeah.
the opposite reaction. But I got real interested when it's like, no, this is on Broadway, one-man show.
And he's playing
There's
all
gotta
the
be-
Muppets.
He's playing all the Muppets, all the Disney characters, and it was real good.
That's cool.
I was expecting it to. I set it up as I was expecting it to be good, and it was better than I was expecting.
Wow, that's exciting. That is one of the best feelings when something exceeds high expectations.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I think it's time to start drawing the city. What are you doing, Anderson? Let me see your.
Sorry, my hand was literally just covering it.
Yeah, I want to see.
So you could, everyone else can see what you're drawing.
Mechagodzilla. So
I'm
he's
trying
up
to-
there. He's big bossing it. He's squealing.
Yeah. Wheeling and dealing.
What's gonna be in the back? I'm seeing the swoopiness.
Bottom.
Are there
Some
spikes
space- some-
swooping around him?
These are some buildings, and then he's shooting out something that's
Oh.
like radiating around, and he clipped this helicopter, so that should be fun. We'll see if
Is
that
he, like,
works.
in the middle of a turn, like shooting stuff
Yeah.
down Cowboy's turn. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Have you guys
Ooh.
seen, like, what are the last Godzilla movies you've seen?
I've seen all the legendary ones.
Okay.
I haven't seen -1. I would like to.
I would like to as well.
When Laura and I got to go to the movies recently, we opted for the boy and the heron instead of Godzilla. But it is an old standby for Laura and I. We've seen all of the Godzilla movies in theaters together
Interesting.
that have come out while we've known each other. So
Okay.
it's like this weird thing that we've done because we're not. I wouldn't say that we're like big Godzilla fans, but like
No,
that's something that you have to see on the big screen, right?
it's
So-
fun.
Yeah.
Just seeing a
We
giant
saw
monster.
-1.
Did you like -1?
Sure did.
I only heard good
Yeah, I've
things.
I had a
heard
good time.
really good things.
Yeah, it is really, like with like all the good reviews comes with the caveat that you gotta go into it like being familiar with what like mainstream Japanese movies are like.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be on board from the get-go. You got to be ready for the Japanese style melodrama
Yeah.
Haha.
because it's there. Like they did not do it, and the sometimes spotty CG. But yeah, I had a really good time.
Nice. Yeah, I saw it was in theaters, but similar to like Anderson, I decided to go see Iron Claw with Karina. So
Karina.
Yeah.
Karina.
It's on our list. It's just
Yeah, I went
matter of
to the theater just to see it.
yeah.
Like I said, this is gonna be a cool theater experience, and it was. It wouldn't have been the same had I not. Definitely.
Yeah. I'm sure if it was made by A24, we would have saw it. That's cool. Yeah. Hey, let's talk about comic stuff. I mean,
Comics.
that's what we're doing. Anything you guys are working on that you want to talk about? Besides sketches?
I did today start penciling my baseball comic.
Ooh, the naturals.
Yep.
Cool.
I'm very excited. I did the first 3 pages today.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a really good day. I was really excited because I did some client work before all that. So, yeah, very good day.
Yeah.
But
Reading it, by the way, thank you for letting me read the script. Loved it. Loved the first issue.
oh yeah.
So,
Well, thank you, sir, and thank you both for your notes. Very, very grateful that you guys were willing to take the time and
yeah.
give me your feedback.
Mm-hmm.
I always think it's kind of funny when like I ask for feedback and then like I you know when someone gives you feedback and you're like, you know, that is a really good note, but I know why I'm not going to follow it, and it is a really long explanation, so I'm just not going to follow it. You know, like. But it's great having the relationship I have with you guys because I know that you want what's best for me and for the project, and you don't take offense if I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that, but
I mean,
I still appreciate the time that you took. You know,
I've done editing work for people,
You
and
know?
I say,
you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Make it
You know?
stick.
Sorry.
but yeah, I
say
tell
once.
people all the
Stick on your
time
belly.
that they don't have to listen to like everything I say. I'm just like, here's my opinion on it. I don't know. It might be right. It might be wrong. It will not hurt my feelings if you just say, all right, thank you for telling me. I'm not going to do it. I'm like, all right, cool.
Right. Yeah. And that's just that trust in a collaborative medium.
Yeah.
And look, maybe I'll
Bill Hader had a really good quote a long time ago where he says, if someone looks over your stuff, like you actually have like an editor who's looking over stuff, and they tell you that there's something wrong with it, you should like probably listen to it and kind of look at it a little bit more. But if they tell you how to fix it, you should just ignore that.
Yep.
So,
I think that is a good way to look at it because
yeah.
And I've been trying to think of that more and more when like people at a convention will like, you know, ask for a portfolio review or something
Mm-hmm.
to really just be like, you know, here are things that are standing out to me. You should probably work on that as a generality.
Yeah.
If you want like how I would do it, I can show you how I would do it, but that might not be the solution for you, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
So it's always that worrying of balance of like, am I telling them how to do the best version of their story, or am I putting
Right.
too much of myself in that?
yeah.
So
I can't have too much Kristian.
so much of me to
Much
go around
Christian.
though. But yeah, what about you, Keith? Working on anything cool? Anything that you can talk about at least?
Oh yeah, I mean,
I was about to say I didn't even mention the thing that we're working on together.
yeah. So Anderson and I were working on one of the short stories for the Stardust the Super Wizard
Mm-hmm.
anthology that Van Jensen put together,
Yeah.
and so I ended up. I wasn't actually in the lineup, as it was advertised, and which you'll see if you go to the Zoop page.
Mm-hmm.
But I ended up replacing somebody that had to drop out.
Yeah. If they
And
did
so,
advertise you, it probably hit funding faster.
So
100%.
so I got
Sorry, that cough was not at all related to what you said. That was I'm still a little sick. There you go.
No, I
so
think
I
you're
got
just
this.
laughing.
I got Ron Mars's story.
Nice.
Yeah, and I thought that was pretty cool because there's on my shelf. I don't have a lot of comics from when I was little,
Mm-hmm.
and I have a Darth Maul little trade paperback that has like 4 issues in it or something that I checked out from my high school and never gave back. And I don't even I don't know what happens in the book or anything. I don't remember. I only wanted it because it had a Drew Struzan cover that just grabbed me and held on. So I just wanted to keep it. But Ron Mars actually wrote that.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, I can just go to my shelf and get this thing that this guy wrote that I read when I was,
That's really
a
cool.
little tight. Yeah. So that was my first experience getting to have that kind of work with somebody that's connected to some part of my childhood or whatever else.
Did you?
That is very cool.
Did you let him know that?
No.
I just imagine.
I'll
like,
let
you
him know.
Tell somebody that they'll be like, "God damn it! How old am I?"
That's true too. Yeah, that is. Yeah, that's probably a piece of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Oh,
anyway, so what's up?
Sorry.
No, I was just letting you know
Oh.
that our buddy Marcus is in here as well.
Which one?
Cripes. I think I pronounced him
Crips.
right. Crips.
Crips. What's up, Crips?
Sorry, Marcus. Yep.
Did you meet Marcus, Kristian?
I don't. Sorry.
He was at Heroes Con this year.
Yeah. I got a commission from him. It's actually hanging up in my office
Oh.
next
What
to
was it?
Anderson's. So. Yeah.
Was the commission?
It's a wrestler.
Which one?
Of course it was.
Yeah, look, I love wrestling stuff. I can't help it. This guy named
Nobody-
Nerd.
Penta El Zero Miedo. Actually, I wonder if I can. I want to show off his stuff.
Yeah.
Ta-da!
Oh, very nice. That is very nice.
I really
Dude.
appreciate that he got like the tattoos as well.
That is pretty
How
cool.
was the ring done?
I assume with markers.
I couldn't tell if it was like white out on top of everything or what.
It looks like he did like a gray outline around it.
He's in the chat. What do you have to say for yourself, Marcus?
But yeah. Marcus, if you have any answers on how you did it, because I just admire it. So it's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool that you get to work with Ron Mars. He did Green
Yeah.
Lantern, right?
Right. I was actually, I noticed the style of Green Lantern that was in his bio on the Zoot page.
Mm-hmm.
It's the one with that like hard angular mask from the 90s.
Yeah.
And I said, wait a second. And then I did a quick look up and found out that Ron was the one who wrote the girlfriend in the refrigerator.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, he was responsible for that. And
Good for him.
Way
Way to put yourself on the map.
I got a kick out of that because
Yeah.
That's pretty great.
I'm happy that he introduced Kyle Rayner because he's one of my favorites, but I want to... Yep, he wasn't the first, but his is the most popular.
Yeah.
I guess. Good times.
popular.
Well, and that is what kind of stinks about something like that. Like that's a trope. Like
Yeah.
it's just his got the label, but
Yeah. But anyway, so he wrote a
Good
story,
stuff.
and I've inked it and penciled it and inked it, all that stuff. And it's 8 pages, and then I got Anderson on board. He's in the process of coloring it now.
Nice.
And then that'll come out whenever it comes out later this year. I talked to Van earlier this week. I think he told me that it was 90% done. So our story is literally one of the ones that they're waiting to get.
all right, I'll make sure
That's not me putting any pressure on you. That was just me saying like.
That sounds like pressure.
Nah, I don't. I'm not getting any pressure. None of the backers seem to be worried about like trying to get this thing right now or anything.
You should feel a little pressure, I think.
like
Just a
around the
little bit.
back, just a little.
Just a little bit.
Feel it
By
in
the
my
way,
bladder shit. Is that normal?
Marcus actually responded. He said he inked everything and left the ring as a negative, and then colored it with Copics.
Yeah, or Copics.
Copics.
People say it
Copics
different
is
ways.
cool. I'm a
Okay.
writer, not an artist.
Yeah, I was gonna bug Marcus. Like I literally thought about it today. Is Marcus still in here?
Yep.
Yeah, I was thinking.
Welcome to the third chair or
where's
fourth chair.
Where's the art been? Because I hadn't seen anything from him in a while.
Ooh.
And I was missing it because he and I both did some sketch cards for Upper Deck this year, and mine are genuinely, I don't think they're very good, and that's not me being like, praise me. Like I generally like they didn't turn out good, but Marcus's were great.
How would you respond if Anderson and I just like, oh yeah, we agree.
That's fine.
Like, it's not true. I think your art's really good, but
No. These cards, I'll send you a picture of them so you can see what I mean. But they just,
I think I've seen some of them.
there was something about working so small, and I was just really uncomfortable with it. And they came out. There were a few that came out pretty okay, but
I remember one or two being like compelling, but yeah.
They were mostly pretty wonky, or a lot of them were pretty wonky. I don't know if they were mostly wonky because I'd have to look back at them, but I wasn't happy with them for good cause and not just being the over self-critical artist stereotype. It was genuine. But anyway, if you go, he hadn't been posting them, so I hadn't seen any more, but he's been posting his artist proof cards, which I didn't even, like, do you know about artist proofs, Kristian?
I know of them. I don't know that much about
part
it.
of the deal is like they give you like $15 a card to draw the card, like it's super low, and then they give you like 5 or 10, I can't remember, blank cards that have a special little stamp on them that say artist proof that you get to have, You get to draw and do what you want. You can auction it or sell them as a special item.
Oh, that's cool.
I think that the art that you put on them has to be approved. But other than that,
That's kind of funny.
but I literally just put them back in the box with the rest of them when I sent them to Upper Deck. I don't want to deal with this, and
Yeah.
didn't even keep them because you're not allowed to. Well, yeah, you're not supposed to just keep the blank ones as part of it, from what I remember.
Interesting.
You have to.
Marcus responded, by the way. He said, been slammed with commission work, tons of branding, logos, t-shirt designs for some companies. He finished up the comics with Shape Comics, but nothing comic related going on right now.
Oh, did you see that?
Way to go, being slammed with work though.
Yeah.
Hopefully
the
that's work you're enjoying.
Shape Man. Wait, Shape Man? Is that right? I think it's Shape Man.
Shape Comics?
Shape. Yeah, it's. But I think one of the main dudes is a guy called Shape Man. But it was a Kickstarter a couple months back for a 3-part comic that has it's like 3 12-page short stories each.
Oh yeah, I heard about it.
And the Marcus, I think the guy who put it together, his name is Marcus Boyd, maybe. Yeah, he came to me for it, and I said yeah, and then I was asking about the page rate.
Excuse
He
me.
told me about the page rate, and I said yeah, that's a pretty low page rate, but I still agreed to do it, but because of the how talking to people through text doesn't really evoke the feeling, and this guy doesn't know me, so I feel like he kind of took what I was saying to be a lot more like passive aggressive than what I meant. And because I was on board, I was just saying like, "Oof, that is a low page rate," that kind of tone.
Yeah.
But anyway, so he was like, "Oh, okay," and then he found someone else to do it because he felt like I wasn't into it based on that, which is fair enough. But I wish he had talked to me beforehand. These things happen, and this is why I don't like texting.
Like,
That's the worst.
it's tough because every once in a while when people
But
respond. It's weird. You don't know how they're reacting to it. Like, is this like I was texting Colton recently, and he said K, and I was like, did I say something wrong? And then, yeah, it wasn't for like another few hours. He's like, sorry, I was driving. I was like, oh, okay. Or no, he was going to work.
Yeah, I just assume Anderson's always mad at me.
I know. I'm always like K.
Oh, I hate that. You're the worst texter in the
I
world,
know.
then.
No, yeah, you're the only person I know right now that's worse than me.
What do you do with all that? Anderson, what do you do with all that extra time not typing out those 3 extra letters?
I get so much stuff done. So much. Like, I can't even tell you because I'm not going to spend the time telling you because I'm getting stuff done.
Because you would lose time
Can't happen.
explaining it.
Yeah, why would I do that? But
Exactly.
you mentioned 2 very interesting things just a second ago, Kristian. You mentioned, well, actually, Keith mentioned a Kickstarter, but then you mentioned Colton, and I feel like those are 2 things that you should talk about.
Yeah. Launched my Kickstarter literally yesterday.
Woo!
Around noonish? So yeah.
How we doing?
Let me check. I haven't looked at it in the past 5 minutes, so.
Yeah.
So
yep, that's how that goes.
This is the biggest thing with like Kickstarters. It's like you'll refresh it almost like every 10 minutes or so.
God, I really swore that I wouldn't. I well, back when I did one, I was like, no, I'm gonna do it like once a day because I can't do anything about it. Nah.
Yeah.
I haven't done my own yet, but with the ones I've been on, I'm totally chill. I can totally be that way. I'm just like, yeah, I'll check it like at the end of the week or something.
Yeah, I got stuff. I had like a story published through Lesser Known Comics, another indie publisher, and
Yeah.
they ran a Kickstarter. And I was like, cool, yeah, I'll share it around. But there was no pressure on my side because
Yeah,
I'm like, I already
that's-
got everything done. This one's obviously when you run your own, you're like, okay, cool. Why isn't it succeeding right now? Even though very rarely do they like immediately hit it. But yeah, no, my Kickstarter's actually been doing pretty well. I since I launched it yesterday around noon, I'm already over $2,200.
Hey, and your goal's like 3,500.
Yeah, 3,500.
Okay.
So we're 63% of the way there, which is really good.
Nice. That's very exciting, dude. Should be very proud.
It's actually my strongest start for Kickstarter. So
cool. Is this the where does this rank in terms of how much you asked for in the Kickstarter?
What do you mean?
Like the goal, the funds that you're asking for.
This is about average for what I've asked because I've done like 3,000, I've done 4,000. My first Kickstarter I did 5,000, which I shouldn't have done. Fun fact: if you've never done a Kickstarter before, and you don't have any like previously published work that people have seen, would not recommend going that high for a Kickstarter. But yeah, I still made it though because I launched it and then 2 weeks after like 2 weeks the pandemic officially started, and Kickstarter gave me another week on top of that, and everyone else had stimulus checks. So they were like, "Yeah, well, we don't know what to do with this money, so we'll give you more." I was like, "Oh, thank God."
Which one was that?
That was the first 2 issues of Sidekick for Hire.
Okay,
dude, that's great.
So yeah,
that's very nice.
Yeah, this will be my 5th one for my new series we call the Myths, which, if you guys are interested too, the link's in the description. I made sure to put that on there.
Woo woo! Goody.
No.
It kind of dovetails on our conversation last month about cryptids. I assume you mentioned it.
Yeah.
Stream since we were talking about cryptids, but
yeah.
No, I got to read the first issue. It is very fun.
Thank you.
Oh yeah,
it's very fun. He sets up a lot of really cool stuff that I'm excited to see where it goes.
I appreciate that. Yeah, that was one thing that Colt and I were wanting to make sure that we were having fun making it and that other people would enjoy it just as much. So there's a lot of times where we send each other like, I'll send him like certain jokes or scenes and I'm like, hey, I think this would be really good in the story. And then he would also send me, he's like, hey, I want to draw a page of them running through the sewers and being chased by alligators. I'm like, yeah, sure, let's do that. Let's figure out how to fit that in. And it's beautiful.
That's so great. That is so great. Yeah, I remember you telling me about that page at Heroes.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe even before that, because I think I saw it at Heroes. But yeah, that page is so great just because it breaks the it kind of figure eights across the page, but it is 100% clear how to read the page. There's no question. It's not. It's very well laid out.
That was all Colton. I give him 100% credit for that one. That was just me finding a spot in the story that made sense for it. And it works seamlessly through it, which is cool. But yeah, we've been working on this for a while just because we wanted to make sure we figured out what the story was, the general direction we wanted to go to, the vibe, the characters. But yeah, now that we officially got the first issue done for the most part, like it's all colored and lettered. It's just doing some extra back matter stuff and the credits and the back page.
And you've got Hank Jones on colors.
Yep, Hank Jones, who's also another Atlanta boy.
Hank. Yeah, I actually went to school with him. He went. I was at SCAD when he was there.
He is so incredibly nice.
Oh, he's the nicest guy.
Yeah, I love talking with him. Also, huge wrestling fan. Fun fact.
Oh, of course, I actually didn't know that, but that checks out.
Yeah, we started bonding over that, and then we were looking for a colorist, and he his work is the one that I sent to Colt, and I was like, hey, what do you think of this? So, and he was like, yeah, absolutely. And it was actually Hank's idea to make the main, or like the Gator Man guy purple, and I love it. It just fits the aesthetic perfectly.
Yeah. No, that is so great. And there are little things like that. That's like, oh, this does set a different tone than if he was green. Like just a small decision like that. It does fit the type of story that you're telling.
Exactly.
So.
And then that also goes
Excellent.
with the letterer DC. DC Hopkins is lettering it, and he's done books for.
Where'd you meet this guy?
Actually, Baltimore Comic-Con over
Oh,
back
cool.
in August. Because I was like
That's
looking
awesome.
for a letterer, and I was looking around, and we were talking to each other, and he's a big Hellboy fan. I was like, oh, that's cool, and I started talking about like some of the comics I was making, some of the stuff he makes, and he seemed interested, so I got his email afterwards, and we just started talking. And he got the vibe immediately, which was perfect. And he started like, okay, hey, what if I did it like this? What if I did like some of the captions on there were better than what I was thinking originally?
Yeah, there was some. Well, and that's the thing. I feel like letterers can sometimes get the shaft, but like there's so much storytelling that you can do. That's clever.
That was what's important.
So.
I think everyone having a certain say in like, hey, this is what I think would be really good, rather than me being, this is what has to happen. So.
What, you're not Alan Moore?
No, I don't think I ever want to be Alan Moore.
I mean, it would mean you could summon the dead. So.
Yeah, I don't. Like
that.
I said, I don't want to be Alan Moore. I think that'd be terrifying.
All right, that was just a litmus test.
I have a. See, I have a quote that I live by. It's, "I'm not a baby. I'm just a coward." So,
Like it.
That'd be something I want to avoid. But yeah, it's been really cool. Oh, and also variant covers. I don't know if you guys.
Oh, dude, yes, the Robert Wilson one.
Oh my God, Robert Wilson doing one of them.
Bananas.
Love it so much.
I didn't see the other ones though. Who else did you get?
Max Bear. He's a Chicago artist.
Okay,
But,
cool.
He did a comic called Hero Beards, and
Ha ha ha.
I love it. It's just a perfect like all ages friendly comic. And then
Sounds like it, yeah.
Yeah, and it's somebody that Colton knew, so he messaged him, and I messaged Robert. But yeah, it was cool. We're trying to get people, because like this is supposed to be a 4-issue story. We're gonna get people that we actually know and talk to at conventions to, like, do variant covers for it. That's the goal.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. But it's been fun. It's been a good time.
So how long is the Kickstarter open? I know they're usually like a month, but
yeah, I have 28 days left with it, so it'll end sometime beginning of February. Depending on if we.
So there's
do
a chance.
What's that?
Yeah, I was about to say we might have one more stream before, because it would be February 1st would be the next time we would normally stream. So.
Oh yeah, then. Yeah, we'll do one more stream before it officially.
That'd be great. That'd be great, because then we can talk about it a little bit more while you're in the home stretch.
Yeah.
Give it a push.
And see how much I panicked since then.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you've done
Very
a
cool.
Kickstarter before.
Yes, I have.
Yeah, when was the last time you did one?
The last time I've only done the one, and then I've been like Keith, like a part of several others, where I wasn't the one running it, but I was the like talent.
Yeah.
I guess. So I did Fear Hunters. Trying to remember. I think my goal was 2,000, and I raised 3,000.
Yeah.
That
was for the graphic novel version, right?
That was for that. Yes, that was for the trade. So at that point, I had just been self-publishing the single issues on my own dime, and decided for the trade, since it was a bigger print run, what I wanted to do was print 100 copies
Yeah.
and have the capital for that. So I ended up printing 170. 70 of those went to the backers, and then I had 100 that were paid for. So that was nice.
Yeah.
So.
It's like, how long did it take you to hit your goal? Did you was it like near the end, near the beginning, closer to the middle?
In the middle, I technically met my goal because someone bought the cover art.
Yeah.
But then, like, a week later, they backed out. So I lost like $500.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shoot. And then I wasn't funded by like $300 or something.
Yeah.
And I was kind of panicking. And then in the last week it like pushed through. But that was all I was thinking about, obviously.
Yeah, it's that panic, especially like every Kickstarter I've had, people have backed out because of one reason or another. Like, there might be something else going on in their life, or even they just lost interest, and hey, that's up to them.
Yeah.
But it's still that part of like panic. They're like, oh, but we're so close. Why would you do that? Why would you hurt me? So, yeah, I think my last Kickstarter, I hit my goal, I think halfway through it, and I had like 2 weeks left, and I was like, oh, okay, now I don't have that worry of like not making it anymore. So now I can just like promote it in a fun way.
Right. Yes. The pressure's off.
Yeah. But like, I talk to other people at conventions, and some people are messaging me through like Instagram or email me about it. They're like, okay, how do I hit the goal within like the first 24 hours?
Yeah, there's like a whole game of like, some people will set their goal for like 1/4 of what they actually need so that it doesn't seem like much. And then there's like, and there is a lot to be said about already having a fan base, right? So that you hit launch and Kickstarter rewards you for funding. So as soon as you're funded, then they're going to put you in front of more people. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people don't back something until it is for sure funded.
Yeah.
I know I've been guilty of that. But I also have been on the receiving end of it and been like, why are you doing this to me?
Yeah.
So
I've had friends and family in the past who have just been like, well, I wanted to be the person to get you over the goal. And I had to tell them, like, well, if you and like 15 other people are waiting to be that person, it's probably not going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's very concerning.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah. Keith, you should run a Kickstarter.
Why?
Just to add that extra stress.
Y'all are making it sound just horrible.
I mean, it kind of is. Well, it's kind of interesting because I think was I talking to you guys about how I feel like Kickstarter's gotten away from what it originally was designed to do? I've talked to a couple creative friends about this, but
or maybe it grew.
It's tough because I feel like the way that like a Kickstarter should work is that the backers don't get any reward, that they're just backers. Mm-hmm. And like,
well, that's what other things are now that have filled that hole.
Yeah. Because as it is, I mean, you're kind of like a pre-order system, right? Which isn't a bad thing.
I mean, that's kind of like how I treat it.
Right. So, yeah.
Like, hey, we need X amount of money to like finish our goal and finish the project. So if you put money to it now, you are going to get the item later.
Yeah, because the tricky thing is like, how are you as a creative paying for the time that you've spent on the project, right?
Yeah.
That's the part that is painful. I was talking to somebody about Fear Hunters and like the money I made, and I was like, yeah, so I, at the end I broke even. He's like, well, no, you didn't. You had to make the book. Yeah. Like all those hours you weren't getting paid for working on it. I was like, oh shoot, that's tough.
Yeah.
But that's where, the fact that it's a passion project and it's, the thing that you love, and thank God you're doing that instead of something else.
Yeah. It becomes tough.
I know that, yeah, it does.
I know, like, for a lot of the, like, to get where the project is right now, I made sure to pay Hank and DC their full rate before everything.
Yeah.
And so this money would go to finish paying Colton and also help pay for printing and shipping and everything.
That's nice.
And hopefully any extra money I could start eventually paying back, but then it's just like selling the book afterwards.
And
eventually break even.
And the nice thing is that you have a distribution plan in terms of like you're gonna go to cons, you're gonna do all that kind of stuff. Because a lot of people they make something and it's like, okay, how do I actually get it in the hands of my consumers? It's like, yeah, how are you gonna do that? It's a good question.
It's tough. Last year was all just like growing my readership and my base. That's why I was doing so many conventions last year.
Yeah. Do you have any shows in this first quarter?
No, because of the wedding in April, I decided to take a break.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'll be honest, kind of sad.
Yeah.
I like going to conventions. I like talking with people. Because that's also whenever I get to see like you guys as well in person.
Yeah.
But yeah, as of right now, the only one that I officially have planned is MomoCon, and then
okay. Have you heard from C2E2?
I have not.
Okay.
Have you?
I was still. Yes. Yeah. I have a table, but I had a contact, so
cool.
I didn't apply for a table.
Gotcha.
But I was waiting to hear from you to see about if you wanted to room together. I have some family up there.
That'd be down.
So
yeah, I had to apply, so I'm waiting for them to go through it all.
Okay.
So we'll see.
Okay.
Make it didn't work out.
It didn't.
They said no.
Okay. Okay.
It was a very fast response, which I was happy about.
That's good. Yes, I will be at Macon, Middle Georgia Comic-Con this weekend.
That's cool.
Never been to that show before, but should be
I've
fun.
heard good things about it.
Yeah. I was just encouraged to see that this isn't their first year, right? That they've been around doing stuff. So
I know
that's always a good sign.
I think it's Macon, Huntsville, what other show? FarleyCon and Chattahoochee Comic-Con? Chattanooga, sorry.
I like Chattahoochee though.
Yeah. Chattanooga Comic-Con. They're like, all those guys kind of know each other, and I talked to a few of them back in October. But some of those shows do really, really well. Yeah, my buddy Deegan, he does a lot of those.
Yeah.
He says they do do pretty well. Yeah.
Yeah. So I will report back next time.
Got any shows that you want to do this year?
I mean, of course, but all I've got planned is Heroes and Dragon.
Yeah.
I did try to branch out into some smaller ones, but it's just, I don't know, the traveling and and I like going to the ones where I know like you guys will be there, that kind of thing.
Oh. We should
be better about it though, to be honest.
Well, I plan on starting to do more next year. Like this year is going to be a little bit light on them. But whatever ones I do, I'll let you guys know.
Oh, please. Yeah.
Makes traveling a lot easier.
Yes.
Party down in Agrabah.
Is that a thing? What's that? Anderson.
What?
Party down in Agrabah?
There's a reference to Aladdin 2 or 3. 2? Oh no, it's 2 was King of Thieves.
No, 2 is Return of Jafar.
Number 2 was? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
3
number
was
3
Prince of
is
Thieves.
the Thieves one.
The Return of Robin Williams was number 3.
Oh. I just
Was
remember
Robin
that guy
Williams
turning
not in
into
the second
gold.
one?
Mm-mm. The voice of the Simpson was Genie. I don't know his name.
Conan O'Brien.
No. No, whoever like voices like most of the characters was Genie in
That's cool.
the second one.
There's a handful
Yeah, a
of
little
people.
bit of trivia for you.
Nice.
There they are.
Keith, what are you doing right now? I see you're adding like white paint.
Yeah, I was drawing some like fiery, smoky stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not done. Okay.
It has turned out really nice, Keith.
Thank you. I was skeptical about it, and I was wanting to put. I should have used. I have screen tone. I could have done screen tone for the gray in the back.
Oh, that would have been sick.
That would have
Fail.
been pretty cool. Sick fail.
Nice.
Oh Lord.
It looks really good though. Anderson, your looks really good too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He
I
gets
wasn't
that
sure
a
how
lot.
this was gonna. Oh my gosh.
What?
I was reviewing like work for me, like financially and stuff today. And it is commissions by far that, is the thing, which is kind of exciting because I remember like my very first show, sitting there and like I had like a little commission sign, but like, of course no one commissioned me. But it was also just confusing at that time to be like, I don't know what my rate should be. Like,
Yeah.
You're just
I don't know
talking
what to ask for this. Yeah, now Keith just shows me like an Arthur Adams level piece, and he's like, I don't know, I was thinking like $60. What do you think?
Jesus.
I'm like, dude.
Yeah. I mean, whenever I saw like Colton's, like, cause the first time I saw him table was at like C2E2 when I helped out a buddy a few years ago.
Does he live up there or something?
Yeah, he lives in Chicago.
Okay, cool. I'll make sure to hit him up when I.
Yeah, we'll go get dinner.
Anyways, go ahead.
But yeah, he was originally texting me about commissions. He was like, "Yeah, how much do you think I should charge for this? $30?" I was like, "No."
No.
I mean, at least double it.
You're like, yes, charge that much. I will commission you, and then you should raise it.
I wasn't gonna screw him over like that. But yeah, like when people tell you that price, and who did I hear it from? I think I heard it from like someone else in like the business sector of this stuff. They're like, if you're charging people something, and everyone is saying yes to it, you're not charging enough.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's been the weird experience.
And it's so tricky because Go ahead, Keith.
Well, yeah, like Anderson, what he was describing is exactly what happens. And I feel like every time we get together, I bug him. Like, what do you think about, like, what should I do? And every time I raise prices.
Yeah.
Every single thing I've ever done, I just keep raising the prices, and people keep buying stuff. And to the point where, like, I was putting stuff at a tier that was high enough that I thought people wouldn't buy it, just so there'd be a high tier of like to the degree I don't want to do this, but I'm gonna put it there, and then people would do it. And I gotta not agree to color things. I don't like doing it if I don't have my airbrush.
That's funny.
I had a.
You just need to sit next to me again.
I had a commission that actually ended up going to China.
Whoa.
By way of. Oh, it went to Japan, not China. It was being shipped to London and mistakenly got shipped to Japan. And
I
got stuck in
remember
Japan for weeks, and then came back to America and then went to London.
I
Before
remember
it got to Japan, it actually went to London. It was in London and then went to Japan. But the point of this story is that that was a commission. It was the Batman dressed as Robin one,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
and the person paid to have it colored. And then I sat down to color it, and I was like, "Oh, I really don't want to do this. I really like it in black and white." And then I talked to them real quick and was like, and I just worked out just doing. I offered to do a smaller second commission, which is what that Red Hood with his fingers up is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was happy to do that because I get to do something that I like and have fun and not do the coloring thing that stresses me out.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just not gonna put color as a tier because it's just bad news for me. Bad news. Unless I'm doing it, and I'll put it as a tier and I'll price it, and it's Anderson's price to color it if he's sitting next to me and he's down to do it.
Which we have done. So it's not unprecedented.
Oh, I need to post that thing.
The Batman?
Yeah, that guy. I forgot. I never put it up or anything.
The signal one that we did?
By the way, guys,
Yeah, what's up?
What?
Iki's in the chat. Our good friend Iki.
Iki!
She also said, was it Hank Azaria? I don't know what that is.
Hank Azaria? He was one of the
Azaria.
Simpsons guys.
Oh.
He was in Godzilla.
Thank
Bringing
you,
it back to
Iki.
Godzilla. And Godzilla 97. He played
And
Ant-Man.
then-
Bringing it back like a legend.
What else? Oh, Iki also said, that's what my wife says about me when I paint and base miniatures. I do it for too little, but I'm stoked to do it for people who want them anyways. Love seeing their faces light up. Iki's a good person.
Iki's the best.
Also,
Good to see you, Iki.
Steve Rogers said deep fried comic tour? Question mark.
Ooh.
You know what? I think if we get figure out this stuff a little bit more, because like right now I'm just having fun hanging out with you guys and having
100%.
everyone else, but I think it'd be cool.
Well,
Maybe
if
fun.
if Keith is at Momo, we should just have a panel. We should just make a panel happen.
Remember they said they didn't want me.
Boo.
They didn't say they didn't want me. They said that they couldn't do the hotel thing.
Okay.
I don't know that they couldn't accommodate like a guest pass, but
Yeah. That's what I'm afraid. That's why I don't ask for a hotel, because I'm afraid of that. Also because I'm local.
yeah.
Hey, if you want, you can always try messaging them back and saying like, "Hey, can I get a guest pass?" And you could just crash at our place.
Same.
What? That's just an option?
Yeah.
I mean, you could try.
No, I mean crashing at your place.
Yeah.
It's always an option.
But you're staying at a hotel.
Oh well, I don't know yet.
Well,
I
aren't you?
mean, maybe.
Are you going to be there? Is that's still on the fence for you, right, Anderson?
Well, I'm definitely going to be there. Whether or not I'm there the whole be
Yeah.
9 months pregnant at the time. I mean, I will have prepped a little sign for my booth that says I'm going to meet my baby. Follow live on Instagram. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, okay.
That would be
so,
pretty funny.
Yeah, I'm if I can crash somewhere, that's the thing that makes it so that going to cons is difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
That is the only thing.
Well, that was the thing with this Middle Tennessee con is I was like, I can't do this without a hotel because it's just in Macon. It's not that far, but it's just far enough that like
It's not worth driving back and forth.
it's not worth going back and forth, and I don't know how it is, so I can't like justify getting a hotel if just not knowing that.
Yeah.
But
That's always the
they were
tough
happy
part.
to accommodate, so
But yeah.
I
You
will
got two
say
places.
Well,
whoa,
if I had known that, I wouldn't have even asked for a hotel because I thought that was a stretch. I only asked because you told me to.
oh well, this is stupid.
Way to go,
Sorry.
Anderson.
So, no, something dumb happened on my phone. My story saying that we're live only just uploaded. So,
Hey, look at
That's
that.
fine.
I just got a mention.
not Now that we're about to
From 8 to 9, even though
eat
it's
out of here.
past 9.
I know that is probably the saddest thing that's ever happened
Hilarious.
ever in
Well,
the history of all things.
luckily, it's going to be on
Wow.
YouTube.
Good, good, for the whole world to see.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of, I'm wondering, is there anything else? I don't think I'm gonna finish this. There's still a lot I want to do, but I will post the final for sure.
That's
Yeah, I
cool,
still gotta
though.
do all the.
Oh look! Oh, that lined up like perfectly right there on his tail.
Ooh.
I've
Gross.
got all of the rendering on the Godzilla part.
Nice.
I'm pretty happy with this. I just need to like black out the sides of the buildings opposite the flame, and then some of these helicopters. But
Nice. Keith, you want to show off yours a little bit more on the camera now that I got you on the big screen?
I can't really pull my camera out.
No worries.
I feel like showing my mug for the last.
Maybe.
You don't have to move your camera.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks good.
It's yeah. He's got a city. It's smoky, fiery. There's lights. It's a party. Good thing.
Nice.
Oh, I got a
Whoop.
sneak peek.
Here we go. You get to see me.
What's this?
I want to show off my face.
All right. Ah! Ah!
There we go.
No, I'm just
I
kidding.
feel like that was a good experience seeing Anderson's face.
I'm here. Even
There
though
we
my
go.
camera setup isn't working still.
Maybe,
There we go.
here we can.
Hey,
do
we're having fun. We're making it work. It's good times.
Dude, this is so much fun. I look forward to this.
It's enjoyable. Have a blast with you
Yeah.
guys.
It's
Um,
easy to do.
I know we already kind of talked about it, but
Mhm.
Anderson, you got anything you want to share with people? Doing Middle Georgia Con.
Middle Georgia Con this weekend. I'm working on the baseball comic. I think I'm actually going to change the name to just be Cyber League Baseball because nothing else is called that. And I just
CLB.
it's very clear, you know exactly what it's about, and it might be like the Naturals or something. But the Naturals, it just doesn't tell you baseball. Like it's kind of related. So, anyways, I've been tooling around with that. What do you guys think?
I feel like it's a little. This is opinion, 100% opinion. I feel like it's a little too long.
Cyber League Baseball.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if you take out baseball, it'd probably be a little bit better.
That's the one word I think is most important.
Yeah.
If there's
That
like the
SEO,
word.
man. Cyber baseball might work.
yeah.
Anyways, so tooling around with that. But I am planning to launch it at the end of March on Webtoons.
Oh, nice.
So I'm gonna play with
Yeah.
the medium. The one thing I'm gonna do different from most Webtoons things is instead of a vertical scrolling, I'm gonna rotate it so it's a horizontal scroll. That's something I'm gonna do a little different. So,
Nice.
yeah, that's that.
Cool.
So come down to Macon, say hi.
Nice. Keith, you got anything you want to share? Tell people about?
Really? Just been writing some stuff.
Nice.
I need to solidify some things so I can send it over your way. Get those vibes.
Nice.
Cool.
I sent you guys. I was saying I can send you I can show you a preview of the thing I was working on today.
Ooh.
Which is this guy.
Oh, is this your cover?
No.
The X-Men cover.
Oh no. I'm just doing it.
Oh, okay.
This is just
Okay.
my image, but yeah, that's just a sneak peek. I'll post the actual thing. I put in the Discord. I actually colored it and I uploaded it so you guys could see that and let me know if you have any ideas on how to make it better.
Nice.
But yeah, it was really fun working like 11 by 17 on something. Because normally it's just 9 by 12.
Cool.
Anyway, but yeah, I got nothing to report.
Cool. Yeah, you guys, if you're seeing all of his art too, you can check it out. Keith Browning Art on Instagram.
Keith Browning art.
Yeah, that's your Instagram account.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Anderson's at Anderson Carmen, right?
Yeet. Yeet.
Yeah, and then yeah, the only thing I have going on right now is my Kickstarter for We Call the Myths, which is live right now.
Back at
Links also in the description, makes it a little bit easier. We just launched yesterday. It ends about, I think, February 11th. So around that time. But yeah, go back and check it out. It's got a bunch of options for people. Going to announce some other cool rewards over the next few weeks. Might have something special coming up. Got to keep it a secret, though. Otherwise, yeah, that's it. And I'm Yes That Kristian on Instagram and Twitter. So it'll be fun. And we'll do some more deep fried comic stuff. Very last thing before we leave. Iki said she loves the city background for Keith. Loves a smoky effect, especially. And then Iki also suggested Cyberball for your title.
Cyberball. That could turn up some weird search results.
You know what? I like that. I like that I would do that.
Y'all remember 2008?
Unfortunately. I tried.
There was a video game. There was a video game called Cyber Stadium Wars.
Okay.
Every time I search like Cyber Baseball League, that is the first thing that comes up. It was a baseball video game, but it was called Cyber Stadium Wars.
League football, but with baseball. I don't know if you ever saw that. Anyway.
No.
I saw
What's it called?
Basketball. Or
Mutant
basketball.
League. Wait. Yeah, Mutant League
Mutant
football?
League Baseball.
Football.
Nope.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think that's a good way to end it on. So thank you, everyone. We had fun.
Woo!
We'll see you.
Good to see y'all.
In February.
February
Thanks, guys.
1st.
February 1st.